First impeachment hearing begins against embattled Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas for his handling of the border collapse. Kansas Senator Roger Marshall led a vote of no confidence against Mayorkas yesterday. That was blocked by Democrats. Senator Marshall said Mayorkas, quote, peddled Biden's deliberate destruction of America's borders, which pose a threat to national security and American safety. The National Desk's Christine Frizzell has more about the migrant crisis.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas this week praising the work of U.S. Customs and Border Patrol on the front lines of what he says has been a global challenge.
It is a challenge that countries throughout the Western Hemisphere are experiencing. It is also a challenge that is, quite frankly, gripping the entire world.
And while the numbers of those coming has broken records, Secretary Mayorkas disagrees with those who say the border is open.
We are delivering consequences for individuals who do not use those lawful pathways.
But that statement seems to contradict what he reportedly told CBP agents in private, that 85% of those who arrive at the border are being released into the United States as they await their asylum hearings, with a renewed focus on how they're cared for as they wait.
If you send us someone to Denver who has to wait 6 years for a court hearing and they can't work in the meantime, we're going to need almost endless amounts of federal support.
That federal support for food and shelter, health care, and education.
If you take 1/4 of the encounters that we saw in December alone and say that those were 75,000 kids, kindergarten through 12, that somebody has to pay to educate. Guess who that somebody is? It's the American public.
The American public growing more weary as shelters reach capacity and local resources run out, while the debate plays out over solutions.
The solution is to stop the flow. The solution is to seal the border.
The chaos and lawlessness at our borders right now is not going to be solved by throwing more money at it. We have to change the open border policies of this administration.
Some Democrats calling for a more streamlined system.
Would you shorten the path to citizenship?
I think we need to clarify it. We need to make it easier.
Things are not expected to get easier for Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas as Republicans prepare to hold their first impeachment hearing against him in less than 24 hours here on Capitol Hill. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.